Did I see your request to be recognized? You're recognized. Any other senator after Senator SanNicolas? You're recognized, sir.
Mr. Speaker, I am a senator of the 32nd Guam Legislature. I am a servant of the people, and I serve them as a subject of the Lord. And what that means is that I must seek him always, but I also must not abandon the free will that he has divinely granted unto me, to not be binded by dogma or doctrine, but to seek him always. And it is through that, and only through that, that I have any courage, any wisdom, any energy or any capacity to be able to serve the people. And while dogma and doctrine and rights can all get convoluted in this imperfect world that we live in, when I seek him in the work that we do and when I seek him with respect to this bill, there are things that I'm absolute on and clear of conscience. And that is that we must, in all circumstances, save babies. And this bill, which was bravely introduced by the author, Senator Frank Uggan, is a bill to do just that. As the whole issue of abortion continues to linger on this earth, we at the very least need to be able to look at the situation and ask ourselves, at what point are we going to abandon what I inherently feel is our divine responsibility to save babies? What else are we doing here if not saving babies? What good is a balanced budget, paying COLA, pay for employees? What good is creating business opportunities and growing an economy, providing education, health, or public safety? What good is any of that if we're not saving babies? And in this bill, what it basically says, Mr. Speaker, is that if in the course of an abortion, a baby is removed from the womb and is still alive, by force of law, you must save that baby. And under criminal penalty, if you fail to do everything you can to save that baby, there will be consequences. That is something that I can absolutely get behind, Mr. Speaker. The question of rights. The question of federal law. The question of the Constitution. Those are all very heavy questions. And in the divine free will that we have been granted, we can approach each of those questions in our own way. And in my way of approaching those questions, there are some things that are absolute. Children for me are absolute. Every single thing that I am ever going to do in this body is going to be for the greater good of children. regardless of how old they are, where they live, whether it's in a tin shack, a concrete house, a 3-story home, or a womb. And all the work that we do here, in my opinion, is for naught if the care and the concern of a little baby that is taken out and is alive is less important than a doctor's profession. For me, this delicate balance, and I'm speaking strictly of myself here, this delicate balance of always seeking the divine, of maintaining free will and not being overrun either by dogma or doctrine, is the one thing that protects against the imperfection of human laws that could allow us to manipulate them to our own advantage. And we've seen that. I have seen that since I've taken office, and it has disgusted me, where existing laws are ignored or go unenforced or are manipulated in a way to benefit some and not others. And no human law can require somebody to have the conscience to follow other laws. That command of conscience that prevents corruption, that command of conscience that prevents greed, that command of conscience is divine. And in my surrender to that, as a servant of the people, means that they can count on me never ever going down those roads either. But in my surrender to that, my absolute surrender to that, I must also go down the roads that I believe in that very same conscience are absolute. And babies and life is absolute. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.